and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Vito here from MiniWarGaming.com, and I have an extra special treat for you in the form of the Glacial Geek, Phil himself. Woo! Woo! That's right, everyone. Phil, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to be doing something a little different in the form of Kill Team.
Ooh.
That's right. I've actually never played Kill Team before.
I've played quite a bit.
Awesome. So Phil is actually going to be my master, and I'm going to be the young Padawan. Or are you going to be the Sith Lord, and I'm going to be the...
I definitely think Sith Lord over, and yeah.
So it's going to be the rule of two?
Yeah, exactly. So there's just the two of us, and if anyone else wants to come in, we're going to have to kill them.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, so very exciting. As always, folks, if you would like to come in and be in Phil's spot, please go to MiniWarGaming.com/challenge for all of the deets. But until then, we're going to take a look at the board and the armies and really see, this is like, once again, more of a learning lesson for me and getting ready for the really big narrative event that we're going to be throwing here at MiniWarGaming for Kill Team. So without further ado, let's take a look at the board and the armies. Taking a look at my 100 points of Thousand Suns Kill Team, we're going to be playing match play for today. Leading my force is going to be an aspiring sorcerer right in the middle there. He's going to be having an infernal bolt pistol with a force stave. Additionally, I'm going to be running 3 specialists. On the right over there, we have a Rubric Marine gunner with a Soul Reaper cannon, and he's going to be the heavy specialist. Additionally, I have a Scarab Occult sorcerer. He's going to be the demolitions specialist. He's going to have infernal combi bolter. And we have another Rubric Marine with the Icon of Flame, an Infernal Bolt Gun, and he's going to be the Veteran Specialist. And finally, we have a Twist Bray. No specialist over there. He is going to have his Zangor Blades. And taking a look at Phil's 100 points. Phil, what do we got of Grey Knights?
So from a Grey Knights here, we have, from left to right there, we have my leader, who is going to be a Justicar with a Force Halberd. We then have a Terminator with a sword and a Psy Cannon. We have a Grey Knight Gunner with a Silencer. He is going to be the Demolitions Expert. The Terminator is going to be a Heavy Specialist. And last but not least, on the right there, we have a regular Grey Knight with a Nemesis Force Sword, and he will be my Combat Specialist.
This is the board that we are going to be playing on today. The mat itself is from Table War, and we've got some terrain here from Games Workshop, and we have this really cool kind of silo, I imagine, and that is from GameMat.eu. And I suppose our little bit of a narrative flair is that somewhere deep within this storage area, there is a mystical artifact, some kind of psychic artifact that both the Thousand Suns and the Grey Knights are dying for. One of them, I suppose the Thousand Suns, they want it for their nefarious means, and the Grey Knights are using it for, I guess, their secrecy, or they want to use it for protecting something. So that's going to be the little fun narrative flair for today's Bat Rap. For today's Bat Rep, Phil's actually come up with a really cool, really basic learning game, mission, I suppose we can call it. So the way this is going to work is we score 2 victory points if we kill each other's enemy leader, and then we score an additional 1 victory point if we kill the enemy's specialist. Very simple, very easy to do. So that's going to be today's mission. For our deployment, it was essentially just deployed in a 6-inch square. The Thousand Suns have deployed kind of behind this little crate, and the Grey Knights have deployed right over here. There's a little bit of a gap, but that is where they are. And now we have to roll for the initiative. I will be rolling an 8, and Phil gets a 6. Seeing as how we're going to go right into 1,000 Suns turn 1, I'm going to be moving with my Rubric Marine with the Icon of Flame. I'm going to move him right up to this. Actually, he's got 5 inches, so he's going to go right to here. Next up, we're going to be aggressive. Be aggressive with my Rubric Marine with the Soul Reaper Cannon. And we're going to go right on up to these barrels, getting a little bit of cover. The Aspiring Sorcerer Leader, he's going to move on up 5 as well behind this barrel. I suppose I'm going to advance the Twist Spray. Ooh, he is going to go 11 inches. Which I'm going to put him right over here beside his buddy. And seeing as how I have no idea what I'm doing, the Scarab Occult Sorcerer Terminator, he's just going to go 5 inches to about here, getting a little bit of cover as well. Well, and I'm breaking the terrain.
Oh, man.
So now we jump right into Phil's movement phase. Phil, what do we got?
So first, my Grey Knight Gunner is going to move up behind these barrels over here. So next I'm going to move my Terminator up to there. Now my Justicar is going to move up to there. And now my Combat Specialist over here is going to advance 6 inches, so you can move 12. He's booking it. It's going to move all the way up to there.
Jumping into the Psychic phase now, I have to do the Rubric Marine with the Icon of Flame on a 6-up. I'm sorry, Phil. I believe it just does 1 mortal wound.
Yeah, so it'll do it to this guy here. He's only got 1 wound, so now you have to roll for his injury test. So,
okay.
Because it's down to 0 wounds there. So
right.
roll the D6. He is going to be obscured within an inch of that, so I'm going to have -1 to the roll because of that. 3, he takes a flesh wound.
Okay. Alrighty, so now what we're going to be going is with my Aspiring Sorcerer, and we're going to be casting, what's it called? It's not,
Cybalt.
It's Cybalt, because it's not Smite, it's essentially Smite.
Yeah, it's essentially Smite.
And we're going to be casting it...
Well, I think he might be the closest.
Oh, because it has to be closest. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yep.
And the closest guy is going to be him, and I suppose we can see it through all the kind of wires and whatnot. Yeah. So we are looking for a 5... which we do get it on 7.
And less than 11, so it's just 1 mortal wound, which again reduces him to 0. So now we have an injury roll.
Are you able to stop that?
I couldn't deny the witch. Thank you.
I mean, unless you
I thought I was
through.
supposed to be teaching you, and now you taught me. And suddenly the student has become the master. So I am going to try to deny that. So you've got a 7 there.
Yep.
Grey Knights, their chapter tactic that they have now is they get +1 to cast and deny. So I'm looking for a 7 here, which would be make it an 8 in order to deny.
Don't do it. Don't do it. You got it.
Would have gotten it anyway. I'll take that.
Nice.
So doesn't happen.
So I suppose we will try it again with the Terminator Sorcerer. Looking for a 5 because of Brotherhood of the Sorcerers. It doesn't increase. Kia! Getting a 3. No bueno. So Phil just informed me, now the Master is teaching the student.
Taking the Master Mantle right back onto my shoulders.
I will go ahead and spend a command point, which will allow me to re-roll that. So why not? Kia! Okay, I will take a 6.
Yep.
You do get a chance to...
I will try to deny with the other guy now because he's within 24 inches, so he can deny. So each of my guys can only deny once, but there's multiple psychers there that can try to deny. So again, I'm looking for a 6 on this die roll since I get +1. Ooh, that beard. It feels me. It feels the beard. It feels the beard.
I kind of feel like Phil List alert here a little bit.
Hey, you know what?
No, it's okay. It's okay. That's what the Master does, right? The Master has to teach the student.
Yeah, and make you feel the pain.
Bro!
I told you I was the Sith Lord. I didn't say I was no Jedi.
I think I'm really enjoying this alternate activation. I always like alternate activation games, like especially with the Batman miniature game.
Yeah.
They kind of have that alternate activation where you pull like something out of a bag, and it's the kind of you go, I go. I really enjoy that. So this is something really really nice.
Yeah, and you know, other phases, it's just you activate 1 model. But because of the way our new specialty being able to activate the 2 psychers, it specifically states when it's your turn to activate a psyker, you can activate 2.
Right.
So that's why you went twice in a row instead of me activating back and forth with our psychers. Just the way the wording is for our special powers there.
Right.
But now I get to do it right back at you. So we're going to start with This guy is going to try to side bolt your dude bro with the warp flame over there.
Okay.
So again, looking for 4 to go off because I get the +1 to my die roll. Ooh, with the so that's a 6, 7, 8, 9.
9.
But you can deny because you're within 24 there.
Oh, okay.
You're looking for a 10. No,
definitely not. So it does go off.
Yeah, so it does go off. So it does 1 mortal wound to him, which I think is he's only got 1 wound, right?
He does. Yeah.
So now we'll roll for his injury roll. He'll be -1 to the die roll because he's obscured and within an inch of the scenery that's obscuring him there. So 2, he just takes a flesh wound. So now I'm going to activate, because I can activate 2 Psychers as well with the Grey Knights. I'm going to activate my Justicar. The only guy he can see is your Soul Reaper guy back over there. So I'm going to roll to try to give him Psybolt to the face. It does go off. So now you can try to deny it because you've got another guy within 24 inches as well. So you would have to try to get an 11. Or, oh no, that's a 12. Oh. Wow, I rolled really well, didn't I? All right, so he took the wound.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so he does take the wound. So now we do the injury roll here. Injury roll on a 6, so he is out of action.
Ouch. Yeah. Bro, that was my Soul Reaper.
Yeah, I reaped your soul before you could reap mine.
Whoa. And that does give Phil a victory point based on our custom scenario.
Yep.
Jumping right into the shooting phase now. I think we're going to open up with my Scarab Occult Sorcerer firing with his bolter, and I think we're going to go into your Terminator over there.
Cool.
She will be benefiting from the cover, so I'm going to be hitting on 4s with these. Only getting 1. Wah wah. And because he's the demolitions expert, I will be getting the +1 to wound. So wounding on 3s. Lovely.
So my combat specialist is now going to fire into the Zangor over there. So he's within half range, obviously. So he's got rapid fire with his Storm Bolter, but he is obscured because of the machinery that's there. So I'm going to also be hitting on 4s with my Bolter there. So I got 3 hits there, but these are going to be Strength 4, Toughness 4. He's a combat specialist, so I don't get any benefit for that. So looking for 4s to wound. Okay, got 1 wound there. AP nothing, so he's just got his regular save.
He actually advanced, so...
Yeah. So once again, I've been shown foolish by my disciple over here.
So, I mean, it's someone else you can pick.
Yeah. So I imagine I'm going to try to activate him with his silencer over there. So he's going to have it's heavy 6. So he did move. He's going to be firing into. Let's try that Zangor again anyway. So he's going to have 6 shots. -1 for being obscured, -1 because it's heavy and he moved with it since he's the demolitions expert there. So these are going to be 6 shots, hitting on 5s because it's -2. Wow. Okay, so those hit pretty well. These are going to be, with the silencer, we're looking at strength 4. So again, wounding on 4s. Okay, 1 wound there. But I do have an AP on that. Oh, no AP on that, on the silencer.
Okay.
So you just have your regular save.
I imagine if it's the exact same thing as regular 40k, I have a 5-up invuln.
Yep.
We've got 2 5-up invulnerable saves. Ooh, no. And he is going to be a demolitions expert, so that's why you're going to be wounding on.
Well, that's why with the wounds. That's why we had the 2 wounds because one of the 3s came.
The
out.
3s, yeah.
I said it was 4s, but it was actually 3s since he's demo and you're obscured. So we just have the 1 injury test to make roll here because he's because it was just with damage. Oh, it's damage D3. So the first one it would be 2 damage. So because it's 2 damage on the damage D3 on the silencer, I rolled 2 dice on this injury roll since that first one took him down to 0. So 2 dice on the injury roll, -1 because he's obscured and within an inch of that obscurement, but the 5 does take him out of action.
Boom goes the Zangor. So going for me next, I suppose we'll continue to fire that Terminator, because it's a pretty scary guy. We'll go with my Rubric Marine. We are within a rapid fire range, so hitting on 4s because you are obscured. Whoa. We miss. He did have a flesh wound on him because he has the transhuman physiology, he does ignore that.
All right, so now my Terminator, my heavy specialist, is going to fire into his Rubric Marine over here. So its range is 24, so he's within the 12 that we determined before, so he doesn't have a penalty to that. He doesn't have a penalty for moving with a heavy weapon because he's the heavy specialist, but he does still suffer the penalty because you are obscured over there.
I wish I had a heavy specialist.
Yeah. Oh, somewhere in some alternate future or some alternate past, he was there,
right?
But for a moment until his brains boiled. So it's going to be heavy 4, so these are going to be hitting on 4s because he's obscured. All right, so getting 2 hits. Strength 7, so wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds. These are AP minus 1.
1 damage?
No. Oh yeah, sleight cannon is 1 damage. So yeah.
Oh,
so it's going to be 2 AP minus 1. But you have all his dust, so you get to ignore, or you get +1 to your saves.
Yeah. So then it goes back to a 3 up.
Yeah.
Hoo-up. Make them both.
Boom.
And for my last activation, we're going to be going with my leader, firing into this guy over here. I do suffer the -1.
For obscurement, but not for range, because he's within 6 inches, which is half the range of the weapon.
Right. So hitting on a 4, which I miss with a 1. Look at me go. Swing away, Merle. Jumping now into the morale phase. I did lose 2 guys, and 1 guy does have a flesh wound on me. So that's going to force me now to take a morale, or a break test. And the way that works is I roll 2 dice, and if that is higher than the highest leadership check, or highest leadership of my minis, which is going to be the aspiring sorcerer, then I am now considered broken. My current leadership is 8. Luca, I heard you smirk! Why'd you have to go and do that to me, bruh?
Wow. Those are the
swap dice.
I didn't even want to swap dice. Phil did this to me. What kind of Sith trickery is this?
I told you from the beginning I was a Sith Lord, not a Jedi teaching you, Padawan. So
I rolled an 11, man.
That's the highest roll you've made all game so far.
Wow, thanks.
No problem.
So because I failed my leadership check, I now have to go and take a nerve check. So the way that works is I roll a d6 per guy, and I minus the amount of minis that I've lost. I've lost 2, but then I also, so I roll a d6 minus 2.
+2.
Or +2. But I also add 2 for every mini that I have within 2 inches of himself. So essentially, I cancel that out.
Yeah, cancel out. So you roll a d6, add 1 for each model that is out of action or shaken, and then you -1 for each friendly model that's not shaken within 2 inches.
Yeah.
So for all of your guys, these guys are leadership 8, and there's a guy within 2 inches of them, so they can't fail with the number of guys that are out of action. He also can't fail because he's within 2 inches of 1 guy, and there's only 2 guys out. Leadership 7 means that even on a roll of a 6
you would
get a 7.
So just kind of happy.
Yeah, so they're not going to be nerved, but they are broken.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So now we're going to jump right into turn 2. Hopefully I'm not as abysmal as that last turn.
Yeah.
So we get to go for the initiative.
Roll 6. Oh boy.
All right. Phil.
Where was that on your break test?
right. Well, hey, you know what? Hopefully this is a sign of things to come. Maybe I'll start rolling hotter now.
There we go.
Now, my 3 minis.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be turn 2 is going to be the complete opposite of turn 1.
Exactly.
There we go.
Phil will have the initiative.
All right, so first thing in my movement phase, my combat specialist is going to charge into his dude bro over there. So
I'll definitely go ahead and overwatch.
Okay, sounds good. So you're within rapid fire range, and you can see each other through here. So you've got your 2 shots there, hitting on 6s.
Nothing.
All right, so now I'm going to charge on in there.
Oh, 12.
I think that's enough to get him in.
I don't think I have a long enough beard to be. I think
that's what it is. It's the dice just feel the beard is what it's doing. It's like the power for these dice. You need to like charge them up.
Yeah,
beard strength.
I think I've out bearded these dice.
Yeah. You've got a very nice beard, but it doesn't quite have like the gravitas of one like this. All right, so now I'm going to ready both my Grey Knight Gunner and my heavy specialist over here. And then my leader, my Justicar here, is going to go through there and around the corner over to there.
I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be charging with my aspiring sorcerer Terminator. So I'm going to go ahead and roll my 2d6. What?
You can spend a CP to re-roll that charge.
Yes, Phil, I'm going to do it.
Okay.
What is happening? Okay, I will take that.
That'll get in.
That's automatically getting him in there. And then I suppose I will charge my leader into that guy over there.
All right, so I got Overwatch for him because he's not engaged, so I just need one more die if I could.
Oh, absolutely.
So, because he's within rapid fire range of my Storm Bolter, so hitting on 6s. Getting one. Wounding on a 4.
No,
nothing there. So now you get your charge distance.
5.
Might be enough.
Let's double check that.
See. Yeah, within 6. So yeah, he's
wonderful.
in.
Boom, right to there.
All right, so into the psychic phase now. Because I have initiative, I'll go first. We're going to start with my Justicar into your leader over there, and your aspiring sorcerer. So looking for a 4 for side bolt, since I get the +1. Does go off. Do you want to try to deny it?
Yeah, I'm going to try to stop that one.
Good call. And you do. That's how you do that.
Yeah, I think.
There we go.
Yeah, it's turn up Vito now.
There it is. Everything's coming up Beato.
Yeah.
And now this guy over here is going to side bolt into his Terminator, or into his Spine. Ooh, that one's going to go
12,
off.
yeah.
So that's D3 because it's over 11.
Oh.
So 11 plus. So D3, 2 mortal wounds into there.
Yeah.
So that's going to take him down to 0.
Yep.
So now we have an injury test. On a 4, I don't know if there's any minuses to that. Let's find out. Hold on a second. All right, so he's actually obscured from the barrel there, the way he charged in, so it is -1, so he only takes the flesh wound on that 3.
Alrighty, now it's going to go right into my psychic phase. So I imagine we'll go, with
Well, first to the Icon of Flame.
Oh, the Icon of Flame, yeah, that's right.
Yours.
On a 6. No, so that does not go off. Then we'll go with the Terminator Aspiring Sorcerer. It does go off.
On a 9. So I need to roll a 9. Yeah, I'm going to try to deny it with him because I don't want to die with him. Nope, not going to do it. That becomes an 8, which becomes a 9, which I need to score higher to deny it.
Yeah.
So it does a mortal wound to him. So now you get to roll the die for injury rolls. Takes me down to 0. It's +1 because of the flesh wound I already have, but -1 because of the obscuring from the barrel that we did in there. So on a 3, he takes a second flesh wound, which is now means that he's -1 to all of his actions since he's taken 2. Transhuman physiology just ignores the first one.
And then I will be going with my leader, which we do get it with a 6.
So I'm going to try to deny that.
Oh, and you do get it with a 7 plus the 1s for 8. Jumping now right into the combat phase. Phil does get to start with his guy because you do have the initiative.
Initiative with my charger. Yep. So he's my combat specialist, so he's going to have 2 attacks. I'm going to put them into your dude bro with the Icon of Flame over there.
Okay.
So it's going to be 2 attacks, hitting on 4s now because I'm -1 because of the 2 flesh wounds that I have there. Getting 1 hit. Strength 4, toughness 4, so looking for a 4 to wound. No wound.
Nothing. We're going to be going now with my Aspiring Sorcerer leader. He's got 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. Missing with 1, so we've got 1 hit. He's got the Force Stave on him, which gives him +2 strength, making him strength 6. So wounding on 3s. Getting 1 wound. -1 AP.
Ooh, that's going to go through.
D3 wounds.
Damage. Just 1 damage. That's still, he's only got 1 wound, so that's going to go now to an injury roll. So.
And the injury roll. No.
Takes a flesh wound.
And now the Scarab Occult Sorcerer is going to be attacking over here. We've got 2 attacks hitting on 3s. Both hit. And we're going to be wounding on 3s. Getting only 1 wound at -1.
Good with a 4-up.
The Terminator Sorcerer is actually wounding on 2s because he is a demolition. So Phil does owe me 1 more.
Yeah, because he's obscured, so 1 more. That's good with a beard.
Makes it nice.
Feel the beard. All right, so now my Justicar is going to attack in the regular fight part of the fight phase here. He's going to have 2 attacks, hitting on 3s, because he ignores the first one there, so that's 2 hits. Strength +1, so 3s to wound. Getting 1 wound, AP -2, So we're looking for a 5-up save.
5-up save. Oh no, that's unfortunate.
Do you want to reroll that?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and spend a command point. Why not? Ooh, no, it does go through.
Okay, so that does D3 damage. One damage. So it still takes him down to... Oh no, does he have 1 or 2 wounds?
I'm going to double check that.
Okay.
The poor sorcerer only has 1 wound.
So now we'll roll the injury roll there. And on 5, he's out of action.
Yep, that goes my sorcerer, and that's going to give you 2 victory points. So now you're at 4-0. That's going to be really rough.
3-0, right? Because the other guy's not a specialist. So it's only 3.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's the specialist. Yes, so it's going to be 3-0.
Yeah.
And I get to attack back now with the Rubric Marine. He just gets a 1 attack, hitting on a 3, which we hit, and wounding on a 4. Oh, I got a 6. Very nice.
3-up armor save.
Look at this, and how would that beard?
I see your beard and raise you, beard.
And now I have to go ahead and take my nerve tests. The Scarab Occult Sorcerer will be fine, but I do have to take a test on this Rubric Marine. On a 6, it's going to be no bueno.
Want to spend your last command point to reroll that?
Yeah, buddy. Oh, yeah. Okay, so he is a-okay. But you know what? It is not looking good for me at all. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call this game.
Okay.
Just because it doesn't make sense to beat a dead Vito.
Okay, fair enough.
So what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to call this game, and we are going to reset. And we actually have a really cool board all set up. It's kind of like this really neat mining operation right over here. So Phil and I, the Glacial Geek, we are going to set up in the vault. So you can set up this game. Hopefully Phil doesn't completely destroy me. So you guys, we're going to jump into the vault. You can sign up for a 7-day free trial and check myself and Phil playing 1,000 Suns. Phil, are you going to play the Grey Knights again?
No, I'll probably try someone new. Maybe some Dark Angels or something.
Ooh, so that would be really interesting. And like I said, you can sign up for a 7-day free trial. If you're not already a Vault member, I highly recommend that you try out the Vault. There is going to be a ton more bat reps. There's kill team bat reps. There are narrative campaigns. And there's even thousands, dare I say, thousands of painting tutorials. I always go back and reference them. They help me step up my painting game. So once again, we are going into the vault, and as always, folks, happy wargaming. Hey everybody, Vito and Phil, the Glacial Geek. We just finished my very first learning game of Kill Team. It was quite interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you, my Sith Lord, for teaching me the ways of the dark ways. But we are going to be jumping in the vault right now, where we are going to be playing another game of 1,000 Suns versus the Dark Angels.
Yep.
So that's going to be a pretty interesting game. I highly recommend you guys check that out. So we're going to jump into the vault, and we will see you guys in there.